Hello, welcome to one of our bonus sessions for all access pass holders. It's great to have you here and I hope you're making the most of all the extra content. Whilst this year's summit itself is focused on how you can improve your e-commerce marketing, the bonus sessions are about how to improve the performance of your website. And you can check out everything you've got access to at ecommercemasterplan.com/summit. For those of you who haven't already worked it out, I'm Chloe Thomas. I'm the creator of the eCommerce Masterplan. I'm an author, speaker and advisor, and I help my clients to solve their e-commerce marketing problems. Our guests for this session are Murat, Soysal and Ken Condon. Yes, my first summit session with two guests. Anything could happen. It's exciting. But that's just for me. For you guys, doesn't make so much odds because the content's still going to be great. Right, who are they? Well, Murat is the co-founder and CEO of Segmentify, which is an e-commerce personalisation platform that's been helping online retailers to optimise their conversion rates since 2015. Murat has many years' experience in getting the best out of large, complex data sets, exactly what you want your personalisation software to be great at. Ken is the CEO of eSurge, a consulting firm focused on using software such as Segmentify to create the ultimate e-commerce customer experience. Now, those of you who are here through our link up with the E-commerce Association of Ireland will probably recognise Ken as he's your head of marketing and sales. So yes, in this session, we're going to be talking all about how you can quickly, in 2 weeks, make a sizable improvement to your conversion rate and therefore your sales and your profitability with on-site personalisation. I'm really looking forward to this session because the more the website can do to get the sales, then the better the performance of all your marketing activity. And how cool is that? Murat and Ken, how are you guys today?
Hi, Cole. I'm quite fine and enthusiastic about our call today.
Yeah, me too. And Ken, are you all right?
I'm great. I'm calling here from cloudy Dublin, so all's good here.
Same old, same old.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I think we should go straight into your session. So I'm going to hand over to you now. It's all yours.
Yes. When we are planning the session today, we just wanted to focus on a special part of personalization, the personalized product recommendations, because today in personalization work, there are a little bit buzz all over the world for e-commerce companies. There are lots of different perspectives of personalization, and there are ongoing so many activities. But we want to focus on personalized product recommendations because it is one of the easiest activities that we can take in our e-commerce websites and turn this into extra revenue. It's a little bit underutilized and underestimated, actually. It has been introduced to our lives 15 years before, mainly by Amazon. They're forcing this field so much, but more or less all e-commerce websites today try to have a product recommendation widget on their website, just like shown in the screen. But which products to be put here are not that much intelligently actually selected. So actually, sometimes 50% of our product pages are allocated to these recommendation widgets, but we don't put enough attention how we select the products, and we come up with such a recommendation. So this is a quite fancy red bag, maybe a good selection for a night date. And you can see a short, a sport shoes, and an umbrella just as a recommendation. So, I mean, I just relocated to London a couple of weeks before, and before I came here, when I identified this as a problem, okay, still having the short and the umbrella in the same recommendation widget might not be that weird for London, actually. But if you recommend these products under that fancy red bag, okay, now somebody is losing the opportunity and the revenue here. So what we should do, we should be able to, as an e-commerce website, identify two specific relationship between our customers and between our products. So we need to know the alternative options a product, the bundles options of a product, and upsell options of a product in our website. So then if we need a alternative recommendation, we can easily pick up among these sets. But how can we identify if the current visitor, which is quite totally anonymous, or which is a current customer who already made multiple purchases in our websites is in a mood of cross-sell, or is maybe churning, or is she as actually a discount seeker that we can move for multiple discounts for them. So that is all tracking their behavior on our website, checking how frequently they arrive, from which resources, which referrals, and how many times they actually pick up any products in our website, and total average basket size. All this information from the products and also customers should be somehow identified and come up with an intelligent structure to us to make this relevant recommendation. So when we are able to pick up all product relationships and also visitor behavior in our website, now we are able to recommend these best fitting products among all products we have to the customer under this red fancy bag. So now you can see we can pick up that shoe and the bag and another alternative option that for the customer go on for this. So what should happen if you are able to identify all these features? So what does that famous machine learning and artificial intelligence should bring to e-commerce managers? So it should be a direct effect on the revenue. So now we are quite easily track how much revenue should we expect from personalized product recommendations. When we adapt our solution to around 150 customers all around the world, now Segmentify has multiple offices in Paris, Berlin, London, Istanbul, and Dubai, and working so many different verticals of e-commerce customers. Those personalized product recommendations widgets should bring around 10% of the revenue of the customer. So when I talk to some e-commerce managers, they even do not track the revenue generated by these widgets. But come on, I mean, we put so much effort to bring visitors to our website with PPC and all kind of efforts, SEO. We spend so much time and money to make our design and define our customer experience. But a widget allocating 50% of our website is not being tracked in means of the performance. So it should not be acceptable from now on, actually. So it's time of data, time of analytics. So at least the 10% should be expected from those machine learning based product recommendations. Is it that only? No, actually. So this is the direct effect, which actually easily used for the return on investment. But in addition to the increase in the recommendations, those widgets should encourage repeat purchase for our customers, and also a good effect on decreasing the bounce rates, which we already implement so much time. So, I mean, this is a quite perspective from our point of view, how we should position the product recommendations. And if you let me show a little bit how this is being done in the Segmentify part, and also how this is being reported to the customers. So I'm just switching to my panel now, just to show how this happens actually.
This would be my favorite part.
So, I mean, as I said, we position Segmentify as a product that generates immediate contribution to revenue to our customers. That is why this is a biggest commitment from our side to our customers, that Segmentify should achieve at least a 10% revenue contribution. And this number called contribution ratio is something magical for me as the co-founder and for all single member of the team. We are living with this number every single day. If this is below 10%, we need to check what happened for that specific customer, why we couldn't achieve that 10%. Did they make any changes on their website, which might affect our machine learning algorithms, or it might affect our widget styles? Or should they make some kind of big discounts, or a new campaign launched in their site and they attracted a different segment of customers? So we should update our algorithms immediately to achieve that 10%. So what this contribution ratio stands for is quite crucial as well, because there are multiple ways of tracking this ROI in means of not only the recommendation, but also the advertisements, everything else. So what we call contribution ratio is the amount of money generated from these widgets, which is let's say 2,000 euro in this specific case, and the ratio of this amount to the overall revenue generated in the e-commerce website. So for a very quick view, we provide their own performance to our customers, which can they easily achieve, see actually from any other part. But on the upper part, we provide a funnel, which includes how many widgets we populated. So it's around 200,000 times. How many times the visitors and customers clicked products from those widgets? It's 12,500. Then how many times these products are added to basket? It's kind of 664 products added to basket after being clicked from the widget, and some 90 products were purchased, generating a 2,000 of revenue. So it is a quite clear conversion funnel actually. So when I launched Segmentify first, we tracked industry standards, so how this is being actually tracked. And also I checked similar products like as advertising. So there are various ways of tracking the contribution. I showed some banner to Murat. Okay, so he saw this banner. Any purchase he makes might be a performance metric with this banner. In 30 days, in 15 days, in 1 week. Okay, somebody might argue this, but how we position Segmentify as a real-time product recommendation engine, the products it recommended should affect the revenue, should contribute to the revenue in the real time. That is why we force our metrics to be completed in 30 minutes in this session. So if somebody clicks one product from a recommendation widget filled by Segmentify, that product should be added to basket and bought in 30 minutes. And only the revenue from that product should be counted here as the contribution. So this is very, very bottom of the funnel. Somebody might argue, okay, even the contribution is more than them. So the customer clicked and bought one hour later, or tomorrow he or she arrived or bought. Okay, you can still argue, but you cannot argue it is less than this one. So that is why this is a big and important commitment from our side to achieve always the better revenues for our customers. So this is very crucial for me, and this is very crucial how I actually develop the algorithms underlying in Segmentify, and also how we structure the company culture in Segmentify to help our customers. It's very basic. If you generate enough revenue for your customers, they can make the return on investment analysis, and it's always a good handshake with us and customers to see exact contribution from these recommendations. The second thing I want to highlight today is that those recommendation engines and personalization solutions are kind of black boxes. So customers generally doesn't have so much control on this product. So it makes me frightened a little bit, because at the end of the day, this is our customers' website. This is their KPI. They run the business. So we are just third-party products that help them to achieve their KPIs. That's why they need to be able to easily employ any solution from our side and have full control. So this is how we provide the solution in Segmentify. And just I am showing how one product recommendation widget can be actually employed. Segmentify differentiates different algorithms for different web types. I will today show you an example for the homepage. So imagine a customer who just checked multiple products last night and now arrived in our website, and how we should welcome this customer. Segmentify achieved some best practices. That's why we just tell our customers, okay, one of these widgets called selected for you, or most popular products, or recently viewed, or the top sellers should be positioned in the homepage. So to do so, the only thing that should be done, select one of the options. If they want to change the title, it's pretty easy to edit them. Our selection is the algorithm called Smart Offers, which totally makes the personalized selections based on customers' past behavior, the top categories they are interested in. In each category, their price sensitivities are taken into account. And if this is, let's say, a fashion retailer, their sizes are taken into account. But still, our customers are quite happy to edit these algorithms. Let's say they are a multi-brand e-commerce website, and they have just added a new brand products to their portfolio. They can just join here and select one of the brands and recommend products from that brand they had just added to their portfolio and make it a little bit available to all customers. So let me make 2 recommendations from this new brand. And also I have 1 overstock product. So everybody lands to my homepage that they should see. That is my aim. So I do add a product here. So it will be another product then. So don't do it 4 products and 2 products and let's go live. That's all actually one e-commerce manager should do to manipulate the recommendation widget in the homepage. At that specific point, I just want to add a couple of points how the product actually evolved. Meanwhile, we are working with those 150 e-commerce companies. Nowadays, being a part of the London e-commerce ecosystem, I have been getting questions from our new customer candidates, and whatever they ask as a need is actually a question already being asked and actually being answered by the panel. For example, some customers want to highlight their brand as a luxury brand or a medium level brand, which means they don't want to recommend very cheap products, at least in the homepage. So they just want to include products in a specific price range. The only thing they need to do, just click and define the product price range they want to highlight. Or similarly, they want to recommend from some specific labels, which they say that, okay, are new arrivals for the autumn season. So they just click in the label. Any label they add to their website is actually automatically fed into Segmentify, so they can manipulate anything they use in their website, which will be automatically enabled in their panel in Segmentify. So this means they have a full control of the machine learning algorithm. So it's not a black box. You know the famous story, will the machines conquer the world? I am one of the ones that made a little bit academic research on this part of the world. Yet that might be true, but not in the near future. But still, we do not let our e-commerce websites to be totally managed by artificial intelligence. It is just a solution. It should be in our hands. We should be able to control them very easily. And if we need them, we use, and if we don't, let's pause them for a specific duration. That is why we enabled Segmentify to be one of the easiest tools in this domain to be managed by e-commerce providers and e-commerce managers. And just after that, when an e-commerce manager says, go to live, I am done with the filters, okay, now we are ready to go. Coming from the very early point, so it's a high level of 10% revenue contribution should be expected from such products. And also, it should be very easily manageable, controllable, and they could activate this very easily. But for the last part of my story, I want to highlight one last thing, which I say one of the takeaways from my old talks. When we first launched the company 3 years before, we are coming from academia. That's why actually we tend to send some 30 pages of integration documents to our customer candidates. But unhappily, they never became our customers because nobody wants to make that 30 pages of integrations or 3 months of integration processes. So we learned that e-commerce managers need help in this world. So they are squeezed between their KPIs and between their IT resources. So products like us should be enablers. That's why we come up with a 5-day of plug and play process. So this is the last part of the expectations from personalization. So they should be easily implementable. They should be freely implementable. You don't need to invest too much just to implement products and wait too much. That's why when we start the process, just in 5 days, an e-commerce company starts recommending by using the machine learning algorithms of Segmentify. So the only thing we ask to our customers now, the e-commerce companies, just to add one line of JavaScript code to their website. Then we ask them to wait 2 days while Segmentify team makes the integration of the product to their website by using that one line of code. So it's pretty impressive for them just to wait, add one line of code, and have everything integrated to their website. Unfortunately, we need to ask 2 more days to them, because now Segmentify's UI and UX team comes to the e-commerce website, checks everything, and defines and designs the widgets to be placed in the website. So actually, after waiting 4 days, everything is ready for the e-commerce manager. The only thing they need to do, just enable one Chrome extension, go to Segmentify test mode, and just check their website as if all the widgets are live. So then they start to make the review, ask for some change, some UX change, changing the titles, making some sizes and bolds and italics. Then whenever we got the approval, we go live for a free trial process. So until now, that 4 days spent by us is quite crucial and valuable for our customers, because they do nothing, add one line of code, and let the experts do everything in means of the integration and the design. So it's pretty easy for them actually. But the good thing is that any recommendation algorithm or any personalized product recommendation should be able to fit their customer behavior very quickly. That is another thing we try to achieve. Just in 2 weeks of that free trial process, our customers now go to their panel and see an average of 10% revenue contribution to them. So the algorithm should be quite fast and quick, because e-commerce world is now under big pressure. It's a big competition now. So if I meet you now and if I ask you to start something, I mean, Black Friday is coming, Christmas term is coming, everybody is coming to the back to school. So it should be very quick. Effect should be very enter the scene very quickly. That's why just in those 3 weeks, we are able to achieve that 10% revenue contribution for our customers. So that makes something wow effect for them, because it's direct revenue contribution from a machine learning algorithm. That should be expected. Otherwise, you can always talk about artificial intelligence, machine learning, everything. But at the end, when we just here, it's just business. So it's just the revenue you got from those products. So this is a quite summary from my side. So how we position personalization and my some 50 cents to the e-commerce managers for how actually they should expect their personalization solutions to contribute to their revenue.
That was great, Murat. Thank you so much for taking us through that. And I do love the fact you kind of dive deep into the Segmentify tool itself, because I've seen a lot of these tools, and a couple of weeks ago I had a full run through with Ken. We got deep into the detail of how the tech all works, and I have to say it is one of the simplest ones I've come across, and it's both very simple and very flexible. So I'm really pleased you show people kind of how the tool actually functions and the simplicity of it, because I think we can talk a lot about, oh, it should be personalised, but it's really useful to know how to actually go about doing that. It's one of those things in e-commerce which gets an awful lot of lip service, but doesn't necessarily get done by people. So anything which makes it easier to get it done, because it makes such a huge difference, is good by me. Now, I've got some questions I'm going to run through for you shortly, but before I do that, guys, if you want the slide deck that Murat started with, you can get that directly below this screen. You can download those PDFs. And I know that Segmentify have put together a very cool little offer for those of you here on the summit. So Ken, I think you're going to explain a bit more about that now, aren't you?
I shall.
I'm very excited about this.
Excellent. So basically what we've done is we've put together a challenge. We want to basically force all of you out of the woods and dip your toe into the world of personalization. So what this challenge is we just basically want you to grow your revenue on your site by 5% in a month. And to help you do that, we've put together a toolkit, and it's a free toolkit. You get all your personalization recommendation products all in there for a month to try out. You get very special real-time analytical tools, which you're all going to just love when you see them. And all the integration and implementation is all done by us. Even dropping the div containers, everything is done by us. You do not have to worry about anything. All you have to do is put a line of JS script under the header of each page on your site. That's it. And this is what you should be expecting to get in 4 weeks' time. And then if you're one of the guys that really take this to town and really make something of it, we've actually put in a competition here as well. And in this competition, what we're going to do is we're actually going to give you the analytical tools for a further 3 months to make more conversion rates out of it. And also we've partnered up with Rockboost, who are one of the biggest growth agencies in Europe, and they're actually going to partner with the top 3 winners. The guys at the top conversion rates are going to have the privilege of sitting with these guys and planning growth strategies for their business. So that's basically it in a nutshell. This is the Summit Challenge. So if you're up for taking it, it's there for you, and it's free as well of charge. So and that link is on the site, and Chloe, you'll probably share that later on, will you? Or
I will indeed, Ken. Do you want to unshare the screen? And I've got a couple of things I just want to clarify with you. But everybody, that is an amazing offer. So a whole month free, and I think that was everything you went through, Murat, wasn't it? Is included within that. So you can do all that great stuff you've just watched Murat explain to you. You can do all of that for free for a whole month. Free integration, free implementation, all the little tools and widgets to improve your conversion rate. Ken's saying by an easy 5%. I'm like, seriously? So, and if you then manage to, in that month, be one of the people who achieves the best growth, then you could win one of those awesome prizes. I think it's an absolutely brilliant offer. I think it's very exciting. I'm going to be watching with a lot of interest to see what happens, and the link to that is directly below this video. So the great thing here is, right, this competition, guys, it's running until the 30th of November. So you've got until the 30th of November to get things set up and to make that growth in your business. Because this is, I mean, why wouldn't you anyway? Because this is a great way of increasing sales this side of Christmas. So the competition ends 30th of November, but the free trial is going to stay open. Okay, so if you want to win the prizes, you got to get on it now. If you want the free trial, and if you're watching this in December or beyond, don't worry, you can still try out the Segmentify options via the link that's directly below here, but you can't enter the competition. Okay. Everyone clear on this? Are we all good? We're all good. So I'm getting so excited. I'm struggling with the detail, which is not like me at all. Right. Okay, let's move on. So we've done this. Oh yeah, if you guys have got questions for Ken or Murat about on-site personalisation or about Segmentify or about the competition, then please do ask that in the eCommerce Masterplan World Facebook group. Maybe we'll put some little updates of how the competition's going in there as well. Let you know where the leaderboards are. Maybe I'm thinking, see, my marketing brain is just going crazy. So if you've got questions for them, please do ask that in the eCommerce Masterplan World Facebook group. You can find via ecommercemasterplan.com/Facebook. You have to answer a couple of questions to get in. Please answer them, or I'm not going to let you in. It's really simple. It's a very simple way of keeping the spam out. I'm not trying to be an arse, but please do answer the questions. It's not difficult, because I do actually want you in there. Right, that's the Facebook group, which means it's time for my questions. Okay, guys, here we go. Murat, you talked a lot about the algorithm. And obviously, algorithms need data. Exactly. So how much data do you need to have? How much traffic have you got to have coming into your website for this to be worth implementing?
Perfect question. Yeah, it's quite crucial. More data makes it much more beneficial. But putting that 10% perspective in my team and the algorithms, Segmentify algorithm needs around 250 purchases per month, first of all, to achieve that 10%. And if it goes above, yes, algorithm achieves more. But what happens if it is less than 200? So that 10% might go to 7.5% or 5% if the e-commerce website has less than 200 purchases in a month. It still works, but 200 purchases is a very good metric for us. But to avoid this lack of data thing, actually, that's why we use two different algorithms. So one makes the similarities among the customers and visitors, so which prunes to data. You need to land to my website, come again, then I can learn more about you. But I cannot wait to generate revenue until everybody comes and again, and this algorithm fits. That's why we have this initial algorithm, which makes the similarity between the products. At the end of the day, we have a limited number of SKUs. It's 100, 1,000, or maybe 10 million, but it is limited. And everybody arrives to my website, visits the same products. That's why making the similarities between the products is scaling faster, much faster, to achieve an acceptable level of actually revenue contribution here.
And I suppose, even if you've not got the huge volume of traffic, that doesn't mean you get to ignore on-site merchandising, does it? There's still the truism that if it's a bestseller, you should probably be putting it everywhere and things like that. Because Ken, you've got a lot of experience in this area too, haven't you?
I was just going to jump in there because I think Murat is kind of underselling a bit that little point. Because like if there isn't enough data, anybody below those figures, like one of the many reasons I like this tool is because you can put 5 or 6 different algorithms in the one recommendation block. So while you're waiting for your site to grow and grow and grow, you could always have a similar algorithm to the Amazon algorithm working away, and you can have a pick of 5 or 6 other ones that show alternative products, or they show different types of algorithms in the one block. Whereas the smart, intelligent algorithms that need all the data, they don't have to be on it. So that was just the one thing that I think that you missed out on, Murat, which is there is nobody else out there that does that. Most companies, most very good reputable companies, have one algorithm, and that's it. You can't change it. Whereas this tool, you can drop in 5 or 6. It depends on how happy you are that day to stick in the different algorithms. But that's actually a serious USP. Sorry for interrupting, but it was just
no. But
welcome.
But it is one of the interesting things, isn't it? You can have here's the block that sits underneath the products, and if this person has never been to the website before, we're going to say then the algorithm will work out showing the bestsellers, and if they've been multiple times, they're going to see things that are more relevant for them. So you kind of get like optimized merchandising, which isn't based on that individual customer, and you get personalization being thrown in there at the right time, which I guess is why Ken's able to say 5%, that's nothing for the competition.
Yeah.
I'm still a bit shocked by that.
It's an algorithm that doesn't give up. It basically says, right, if I can't interest you with this, I'm going to find another one, and off it goes. And so yeah, that's it.
And okay, so my other question, you can both pitch in and fight over answering this one. That's fine by me. My session in this part of the summit and these bonus sessions is all about abandoned baskets, and about how it's not just about what happens in the basket, it's what happens before, to make sure people go through that conversion process. And it struck me as Murat was going through the demo that if you get the personalization right, you're going to get more and more and more products being added to basket because your personalization bit is doing the right job. And it strikes me that there may be a few people out there going, but that might increase my abandoned basket rate. And to my mind, that's not, that's one of the things which in e-commerce, you've got all these different moving parts, and you should constantly be looking at which one's the weakest and improving it. And if getting product to cart is one of your biggest problems, then let's do the on-site personalization. That's then going to make your abandoned carts be a bigger problem. Have you found anything with customers around this where they're seeing, great, we're getting more products added to basket, but our abandoned baskets is going down? I mean, personally, I don't think it's a problem, but I know it's something which a lot of people would struggle with if their KPI is on the abandoned baskets.
Yeah, well, again, Ken, before you, let me jump again the point a little bit.
I'm off.
Even with the basic maths, as you said, I mean, if you let people add more products to the basket, so not increase the amount of number of products increase, also number of people who adds products to the basket will increase. So it might have an effect on abandoned cart numbers increase on that number. But that's why we couple our solution with multiple things. So please don't let them go out from the carts page. So kind of exit pop-ups. Or if you do really abandon their products in the cart, please send abandoned cart emails or abandoned cart push notifications, again in a personalized manner. Don't send the same email to everybody. Don't send them at the same time. So just make these other flows as well as personalized as well as your website. So we couple our solution with multiple solutions as well in our modules, so to overcome the increase in the abandoned carts. But it's a good problem, I mean, two people at basket at products to basket, one leaves, or 100 people at basket and 50 leaves. So still we see the increase, but we have some other solutions to catch up those abandoned carts as well.
Cool. And I think this last question might be one for Ken, with your huge experience of doing this with different things, which you'll understand why I think it's possibly a question for you when I ask it, strangely enough. So this is a question from one of the e-commerce Masterplan World Facebook group members, and actually another speaker in the summit. This one comes from Nick Truman, who was our SEO speaker in the main section of the summit. And Nick asks, how do you show Google content if it's dynamic and changes depending on the user? So if everything's moving around on the website, how does Google know what to look at, is kind of the question, which is why I think possibly this is a Ken one.
No, it's not. It's a Murat question.
Oh.
Murat, this is your question.
Passing this. Okay, buck passed. Murat.
Yeah, until a couple of months, this is really a challenge, because with all dynamic contents in the web page, all the widgets, Google tends to not index these dynamic content. So it's kind of a drawback from the SEO point of view. But they just announced us that they are now working on how to enable products like us to tell Google these products are shown in this website. So our team actually, we have good close relationship with Google as well. A couple of friends were there. In my team, I have a Google expert there as well. So we are talking with them, and I think we found a way to tell Google. It's just like we don't have product structures a couple of years before, but Google now understands our details of the product. So they now let us to show them, okay, we recommended this single product and a couple of more products in this session to this customer. We need to assign ourselves to the way Google defines to users. So this is what happens always, but at least we have a way now. So we are implementing it. I think shortly it will be available.
Oh, cool. It's always nice to know when you find an SEO problem that Google's trying to fix it. It's like, phew, we can let that one get fixed by Google and stop trying to find workarounds. Okay, brilliant.
Exactly.
Guys, the grilling is complete. That is all of my questions. Before we say goodbye, Ken, could you just remind people a little bit about the competition, just in case they didn't get that message earlier?
Okay. Well, the link is down below here somewhere.
Yep.
And basically, the minimum challenge is just to grow 5% in your revenue in a month. Simple. All the tools are there for free, and you also have all the development done. So, that's one thing people worry about, is putting div containers on sites and all that. Don't worry about it. It's all in this. And the winners, the top 3 people that grow conversion the highest, the top 3 people will get some of the analytical tools for free for 2 or 3 months, and they also get a growth hacking meeting with one of the top growth hackers in Europe, and they'll start off a whole growth hacking journey for them, which is very exciting as well. So all that is down below in the link.
Excellent. Well, look, Murat, Ken, it's been an absolute pleasure and quite entertaining hanging out with you to do this session. I know the audience will find it useful too, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the challenge. So thank you both very much. Really do appreciate you being here.
Thanks very much for having us.
For having us guests. Thank you very much.
Good seeing you again, Murat.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Chloe.
Cheers, Ken. Cheers, Murat.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, so on-site personalization, a way to improve all your results because it improves that conversion rate. So it improves your email marketing, your Google AdWords, your SEO, everything gets better in your marketing because your website's doing a better job for you. That competition, the challenge, you can get via the link directly below this video. And please do go and give that a go, because the tools, the free tools you're going to get access to are really rather awesome. You're going to try them out completely for free with all the setup done for you for a month. Why wouldn't you do it? And of course, if you win, there's those great prizes on offer. If you want to be part of the competition side of it, I suggest you make sure you get it set up ASAP, because you've got to had it active well before the 30th of November, which is when we're going to be announcing the winners, picking the winners. And if this is after the November, or you're not too worried about the competition, then that month of free trial is still available. So just get that via the link below here. That's it from this session. Please do share the competition around. We're quite happy for people who haven't been in the summit to go and join in the competition, because lots of competition is healthy. And please do share the summit with people too, because the more people who can consume this content, the more improved everyone's e-commerce business is going to get, and the better that is for all of us. Thank you very much for watching, and keep optimizing.